Welcome, billionaire life seekers. Today's video is all about a global and royal icon that left us way too soon, Princess Diana. Stick to the end of the video for a recently revealed secret bonus fact. With that said, let's dive in. Who was Princess Diana? Princess Diana became Lady Diana Spencer after her father inherited the title of Earl Spencer in 1975. She married the heir of the British throne, Prince Charles, on July 29, 1981. They had 2 sons and later divorced in 1996. Diana died on August 31, 1997, from injuries she sustained in a car crash in Paris. She is remembered as the People's Princess because of her widespread popularity and global humanitarian efforts. Since her death, there's been an interest in Princess Diana's net worth and how much she left her sons, Prince William and Prince Harry, after her divorce from Prince Charles. Diana, whose full name is Diana Frances Spencer, married Prince Charles in July 1981. The two separated in 1992 before officially divorcing in August 1996. On August 31, 1997, Diana was killed after her car crashed in the Ponte d'Alma tunnel in Paris, France, following a chase from the paparazzi. She was 36 years old. Her rumored boyfriend, Egyptian businessman Imad Dodi Fayed, and the driver of the Mercedes-Benz W140, Henry Paul, were also pronounced dead at the scene. Diana's bodyguard, Trevor Rees-Jones, survived the crash with serious injuries. Diana, who was still alive at the scene of the crash but was in critical condition, was rushed to the Pitié-Salpêtrière Hospital, where she died. In Tina Brown's book, The Diana Chronicles, Dr. Frederick Malliez, an EMT who had been driving through the tunnel at the time of the crash, told her that Diana woke up in pain from the crash. She kept saying how much she hurt, Malliez told Brown. Brown also reported on Diana's last moments awake after the crash. She turned her head and saw the lifeless Dodi just in front of her, then turned her head again toward the front where the bodyguard was writhing and where Henry Paul lay dead. She became agitated, then lowered her head and closed her eyes. In an interview with The Independent in 2018, Sergeant Xavier Gourmelin, who led the response team in Paris, revealed that Diana's last words were, "My God, what happened?" Since her death, Diana has been remembered by people across the world. In 2021, a statue of Diana was erected in the Sunken Garden in Kensington Palace. The statue was unveiled by her sons, Prince William and Prince Harry. Read on ahead for how much Princess Diana's net worth at the time of her death was, and how much money she left for Prince Harry and Prince William. According to Forbes, Harry and William inherited part of their mother's estate on their 25th birthdays, which was around $10 million each. In a CBS interview with Oprah Winfrey and his wife Meghan Markle in March 2021, Harry revealed that he used his trust from his mother to support him and his family after his father, Prince Charles, cut him off financially at the start of 2020 following Harry and Meghan's exit from the British royal family and move to the United States. "I had to afford security for us," Harry said at the time. "I was cut off in the first quarter of 2020, but I've got what my mom left me, and without that, we would have not been able to do this." According to Us Weekly, though Diana's will stated that her estate would be distributed to William and Harry when they turned 25, the funds were held until they were 30. Despite the hold, the brothers were still able to receive interest on their trust funds earlier. While Harry and William were the chief heirs of Diana's estate, the People's Princess will also listed others whom she wanted to share her wealth, including her butler, Paul Burrell, as well as 17 of her godchildren, according to Worthy. What was Princess Diana's net worth? So, what was Princess Diana's net worth at the time of her death? Princess Diana's net worth was $25 million, according to Celebrity Net Worth. The New York Times reported in 1996 that Princess Diana received $22.5 million in cash after she and Prince Charles divorced in August 1996 after 5 years of marriage. The number is less than a third of the $75 million she asked for in their divorce. The newspaper also reported that Diana's divorce settlement included $600,000 per to maintain her office. Before her divorce, Diana's money would come from her marriage. As the Duke of Cornwall, Charles' income comes from the Duchy of Cornwall, a trust that was founded by Edward III in the 14th century to keep his firstborn son, Edward the Black Prince, occupied as he waited to become king, according to Forbes. The magazine reports that the duchy, which is worth almost $1.3 billion, has a staff of 150 people who manage more than 130,000 acres of property across southwest England. Charles also can't sell assets belonging to the Duchy of Cornwall. However, he can earn money from them. Forbes reports that the duchy brought in $50 million in 2020 by renting out property to retailers, farmers, and residents, $30 of which went to Prince Charles and his descendants. Charles also receives money from the sovereign grant, aka the Crown Estate, which brought in $700 million in 2019 and more than $475 million in profits, according to Forbes. The British royal family receives 25% of the sovereign grant, which came out to around $120 million to the royals in 2020, according to Forbes. That money is used for official expenses such as payroll, security, travel, housekeeping, maintenance costs, and IT expenses. Forbes reports that the sovereign grant paid Charles less than $2.5 million in 2020. 3 things Prince William and Prince Harry inherited from Princess Diana. In 1993, 4 years before her tragic death, Princess Diana signed a last will and testament. Understandably, she gifted many of her possessions to her 2 sons, but acquiring that inheritance didn't end up being quite so simple. Number 1. Jewels and other material possessions. The day after she signed the original will, Lady Di composed an additional document called the Letter of Wishes, which laid out what she wanted to be done with her jewelry and other material possessions. The letter requested that 75% of these personal effects, called chattels in the UK, be evenly distributed between William and Harry. Reportedly, she even specifically stated in the letter that she hoped that her sons' eventual wives would one day be able to wear her jewelry. The other 25% of the chattels were to go to her various godchildren. Number 2. Cartier watch. After Diana's death, each of her sons was allowed to choose a keepsake from her most beloved belongings at Kensington Palace. Prince William chose a gold Cartier Tank Francis watch, one that the princess's father had given her. After her divorce, Diana was frequently photographed wearing this watch, and William knew that his mother would have wanted him to have it. Don't miss these secrets about Princess Diana that no one knew until after her death. Number 3. Wedding gown. Part of the property that fell into William and Harry's possession after their mother's death was her wedding dress. The David and Elizabeth Emanuel designed gown, whose 25-foot-long train remains the longest in British royal wedding history, was passed down to the princess as part of her will. However, it took a long time for her sons to actually receive the dress. Like the rest of the Residuri estate, it became the property of her sons when they turned 30. Before then, it remained part of a collection that belonged to Diana's brother, Earl Spencer. On Harry's 30th birthday in September 2014, the breathtaking silk gown finally changed hands from Spencer to his nephews. Diana, her true story in her own words. For more about Princess Diana, read Andrew Morton's biography, Diana, Her True Story in Her Words. The New York Times bestseller, which was first published in 1992, is the only authorized biography about Princess Diana. The book, which Diana collaborated on, includes raw and unfiltered quotes from the Princess of Wales about her unhappy marriage to Prince Charles, her relationship with Queen Elizabeth II, her life in the House of Windsor, and her hopes, dreams, and fears for her children, Prince William and Prince Harry, before her death in 1997. The biography, which has been described as the closest we will ever come to a Princess Diana autobiography, was republished with new material in 2017 to commemorate the 20th anniversary of the People's Princess's death. Our mission at Stylecaster is to bring style to people, and we only feature products we think you'll love as much as we do. Please note that if you purchase something by clicking on a link within this story, we may receive a small commission of the sale. Bonus fact: as promised, here's your reward for sticking with us right till the end. Today's bonus fact comes from a recent interview between Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, and Oprah Winfrey. Prince Harry shockingly revealed that he was only able to leave the palace and financially live on his own because of the money that his late mother left him to inherit. Prince Harry and Meghan now live in a stunning home in California with their son Archie and a daughter on the way.